You already know. Welcome back to the Think and Reflect podcast show with your boy Ricky D. The place where you can voice your opinion. Use hashtag voice your opinion TNRP show so you can get in on the conversation. Y'all hear that background music? It's the Think and Reflect podcast on this week though, y'all. It's the season finale. It's the last show of the Think and Reflect podcast show for a while. After maybe I might take a break until after Father's Day. But I do got something else in store for y'all. From the 216, streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at TNRTV 1021. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking about. You could join the conversation. Like, comment, like, and subscribe, or you can text 216-508-1377. Because we talking about networking this week. Why not go out with a bang and talk about some networking? Improvements. Because what they say, your network is your net worth. I don't know. I never looked up who actually made that saying, but I know I'm pretty sure y'all done heard it before. Your network is your net worth. But yeah, them important in life. But of course, during the show, I'm gonna talk about. I got my quote of the day. How I get into the show, hit you with the quote of the day. And of course, we're gonna throw some trivia in there later in the show. You better know that segment. And like I was just telling y'all how I say I'm about to break from y'all on the season finale. The importance of networking, building professional relationships in life. We can connect later through DM. Let's build these professional relationships because, it's the one thing I came up with. I don't know if somebody said it before, but I said this last night. I say, hey, you can never be too. What I say, let me wait. Hold on. I said, you're never too old to get better. That's you limiting yourself. You're never too old to get better. Hey, BIBC, you gotta take your precautionary measurements and be prepared. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. But I'm really you know hoping y'all get something up out of this. Like I said, you can text 216-508-1377, or you can leave a comment, or you can use hashtag voice your opinion TNRP show with your boy Ricky D. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with the quote of the day. I think this is a good one too. It's a Swahili proverb quote too. But it says, "A boat that doesn't go forward a boat doesn't go forward if each one is rowing their own way." And I'm talking about networking. So, we build them partnerships, them sometimes they call sponsorships, endorsements. Hey, that door is wide open. Hey, come on through. Holla at your boy. DM me at Ricky D _, or TNRP show on Instagram. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube at TNRTV 1021, part of the TNR. Think and reflect. Cause if you gotta think and reflect, man, that's all life is about. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Cause if you don't think about what it is you know what I'm saying, that happened and reflect on it so you can improve it because hey, we trying to be solution based in the world. You know, I used to say I still say it, but come out, wake up with a little empathy. Or for some people that's a little too sensitive, so you might have to say, just make sure you respect others, because you really how you treat people is really how you think about yourself. I ain't gonna say that's a for sure thing, but more than likely, it's either based off of how you was raised, how you're being treated currently, but don't let that affect your day. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to all start rowing in the same direction, especially when you come from, you know, what they would like to call oppressed communities. And hey, speaking of oppression, that I'm a step. I got something to speak on with oppression later today because this it started yesterday. But I'm gonna say that for later. If you hey, stick around, tune in, lock in. It's your boy Ricky D, the Think and Reflect podcast show. Like, subscribe. But yeah, man, that's a good quote though. It's a Swahili proverb. A boat doesn't go forward in each one if each one is rowing in different direct in their own way. Rather, I just wanted to make it mine that bad. But what it reminds me of is like when I hear that, it's almost like a person being selfish in his own way. Like that's almost like a person being selfish because they're not really thinking about the bigger picture. They just in it for themselves because that's the only way y'all gonna end up rowing in the in the wrong direction because you only thinking about where you trying to get to. Of course, that's the end goal, but when there's other people around you, it's a team effort. Like they say, like the saying goes, teamwork make the dream work. Hey, I'm a quote head. I got notebooks all around, just everywhere. If you grab a notebook of mine, best believe it's a quote. I don't care what I'm using it for. It's gonna probably be a quote somewhere in it, at least. I got books that's just notebooks just made for quotes too. But that's enough. It sounds like I'm bragging. I get excited about accomplishments because life is about achieving. What's the use of living? I heard a man say, no, I read it. I read, but I did hear another man say when I was doing my other little duties. He say, man, what's the use of working, man, if you can't enjoy it? It was something, or maybe that was what I read. Wait, hold up. I read something about if you work all day, you don't have no money. I think that was Dale Carnegie said. It was in one of my little reference books. But yeah, man, that was the quote of the day. It's a Swahili quote. If you need to hear that again, a boat doesn't go forward if each one is rowing their own way. Leave a comment or join the conversation with hashtag so you can engage. Voice your opinion. TNRP show. But yeah, man, it reminds me of a little bit about a little selfishness, especially like, when it's people that's let you like say you go to work, go to school, especially at home, of course at home. But when you gotta go and be around other people to make your situation improve, you gotta figure out how to work in cohesions with the people around you, or hopefully you could get them to get understand because it's hard to get people to understand you, especially like mentally, because some people be in they like they rowing the other direction. You get what I'm saying? They not even really thinking like, man, you know what? If we they just trying to get to where they go, they might have some problems, some issues that need to be resolved sooner than later. So that is it's not like people just don't care, but some people do be just intentionally like selfish, me. You know what I'm saying? Some people um unconsciously might do it. Some people, but the key is to just recognize, think about it, and reflect. That's why this is the Think and Reflect podcast show with your boy Ricky D. Yeah, you already know. You already know. Hey, let me hit y'all. See, I gotta see. I'm supposed to have my board. I'm supposed to know what everything is without even looking. Let me see what we got right here. I'm about to just go through the board real quick. Oh, we did that. More of that. Oh, that means it's dead. Oh, that's what I'm gonna start using that one for when it's dead. Because hey man, we can't be ruining you did. Yeah, anyhow, man, I like to get on and talk about what's going on, a little bit of what's going on in the world because like I was telling y'all in the last episode, I'm kinda trying to make the concept more direct to the point, for it to be a weekly show. I try to give you, updates and stuff, but just stay tuned, man, because I got something that the way the concept is evolving into, it is gonna be more I like to use the word informational. But yeah, current events, man. And remember I was talking about um oppression or whatever. So yeah, of course. Oh, I forgot I got my over here too. Trump, his tariffs started yesterday. So hey, Trump, Trump, he, Trump be on it, man. That boy Trump is, I guess he didn't feel like I guess if you really look at it, some people might take it as um he just being like, you could call that selfish because some people trying to say he doing it for his own well being. It's not for the benefit, but man, you know how people, you go through, you gotta go through the hardship or you gotta go through the tough times to get to where you trying to be, as a person, a business, an employee, an employer, whatever it is you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, say for example, when you training to lose weight. Them first couple of workouts gonna have you like, whew. Cause I didn't like I need I'm that's one of my goals. But I done did the workout thing before, like, but when you start getting revved up, man, them first few workouts, you be like, man. But after a few after you get used to it, and then it's just come regular, then you start seeing the results and everything. You be like, oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to go through it to grow through it, man. So hey, I guess that's what Trump on, man. I just don't want people to take it the wrong way, like it's a it's it's a country. He just more the country. You get what I'm saying? It ain't no particular side, or whatever. Like he got his agenda or whatever. We all got agendas, like purpose. That's all an agenda is your purpose. It's probably something this man then. And I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just trying to, I'm a Libra, so I try to see it from every angle. So it's almost what you would call trying, being fair. So and there ain't nothing you could do. What you gonna, he in the office right at the moment. So until like based off of the structure of society, government, and all of that, unless you're gonna go live off the grid, you're gonna create your own anarchy, rebel, whatever. I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying if then, but the man is just it's the country. You got to live by the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like I know because they count the consequences is be the thing that we the thing that you that's like I'm glad that I'm doing this episode on networking because that was one of the things. Like even though I used to get my consequences for my wrongdoings, which was me just trying to make a buck, but then you get caught in a little lifestyle, and sometimes you lose your purpose, even though you was using it for a purpose. But getting back to Trump before I get off course, because that's part of the think and reflect segment, the importance of networking, building professional relationships, and that was just some of the things. But yeah, yesterday was the first Liberation Day. Let me let y'all. So this is what Liberation Day is a day, often a public holiday that marks the liberation of a place similar to an Independence Day, but differing from it because it does not involve the original creation of statehood. See these words like statehood, that's an important word. You get what I'm saying? But the average person that's not always attempting or seeking to be and better in my form is to be informed. Like you could be better, you could probably be nicer, you can stop smoking, that's still considered being better. But my view is to be able to like bam, certain situations that the average person might get involved in, I know the bam, the solution or the fundamentals, the details to it so you understand it. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, Liberation Day, statehood, it commemorates the end of an occupation. They use Franklin Islands or the fall of a regime as important. They trying to break it. So I guess this is new for America, but it's been going on in other nations. So April 2nd was the Liberation Day for America, and I guess that's what he's doing. Like he be and when you listen to him, he be saying things to make you think like, man, we doing them better. Like we didn't know how we were being taxed as a government from other. You know what I'm saying? Like he some of this it seemed outrageous, man. But like I was trying to say, you gotta think like, man, this. Hey, what you gonna? You know what I'm saying? So until then, that's like the loophole. Start just learn how to maneuver based off the system that you're living in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all we can do, because but that's where the when I read the quote and I was saying people rowing the other way, that play a big part in the whole concept of networking too, because you need that peace of mind to be able to network, correctly. It's a lot to it though. But yeah, he started the tariffs. I just seen he about to prevent a lot of countries from even coming over here. Like it's about to be wild. Like then we got of course AI part of the situation, but the Liberation Day, man. The act or this where I was talking about with the oppression. This the other definition I got. The act or process of freeing someone or something from another's control, imprisonment, and I don't really they got slavery or oppression. When I wrote this, when I got this information, I'm like, hey man, that's kind of directed towards, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I hey, you can be, but you gotta really be. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. That's probably why I wasn't a great hustler. Like I knew how and I could get it, but the great part was because I didn't put the whole into it. You know what I'm saying? I was still trying to. be legitimate based off of society and try to earn them perks. Like going like even in sports, like just that's another segment. But the guy, the Travis Hunter dude from Colorado, they got him at the top of the draft or whatever, and he played two positions. So if he probably just focused on one position, he probably become great because he good anyway. So yeah, that's so the current events, Trump's them tariffs started. I wonder how that's gonna affect the country though. And I know most of y'all been noticing Target. They say Target losing billions. Target about to be going out of business in a minute. Because if they losing billions in months, that means they was 100 something billions of dollars up if they could keep going. Yeah. And for you TikTokers, I mess with TikTok sometimes, but by April 5th, if they not bought, they it's shut down again. That's why I go over on TikTok, but I don't really like indulge in TikTok. The only thing I really like TikTok is the seeing what they got on the TikTok shop. For real, for real. I use it, and then it make nice um little cuts. They call it final cut. You can take your video, tweak it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But Amazon and some other company, what's the name of that company? App Loving. They bidding for it though. So I guess TikTok, they like, hey man, all they gotta do is sell majority of it, and still own a percentage of it. Like they just can't be the majority owner. You dig? So hey man, you made your money, go on and store it off, create another app, but make sure to see if you can create your headquarters. Because if you could do it once, you could do it twice. Yeah, so it's another app though that like for the people that use TikTok to monetize, like for just being on there, it's called Flip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit the or I might leave the link in the comments, but if you f- subscribe to YouTube, it's gonna be in the description. I'm gonna put the link to it. So we work together. We gotta do this together. We gotta do it together, bro. What? Like, hey man, I don't know what y'all on, but I know what I'm on. But y'all can text 216-508-1377. You dig if you want to be part of the conversation. But like I say, this the season finale. The importance of networking, building professional relationships in life. You can always. It's not like you're using people, but that's how you grow. You might know how to do this, and that's all, man. People, it's just how we look at life, man. I guess because I done aged, this is one of the blessings that comes with being able to age. Rest in peace to those that's not here with us. Don't nobody want to lose loved ones and things of such. But to be able to age, I like to say, because I don't like when you get old, that means you ain't no good. I'm trying to age like fine wine. I'm gonna go. You're gonna go through your ups and downs, your bumps and bruises. You're gonna have to keep figuring out. But the goal is to just keep going because it ain't no. If you can't be too old. It ain't. You ain't never too old to be better. Put it like that. But yeah, man. I know y'all probably if y'all was looking, if y'all do. Hey, when you hear something, you gotta see what it is. But yeah, I hope y'all over on Station Head while I'm talking. Y'all need to go download the station head, but app like TNR Radio, cause that's gonna be one of our best friends too. We gonna just little music, tune in, talk a little bit. But yeah, you can always listen later to the Think and Reflect podcast show though on Spreaker by iHeartRadio or where you find most podcasts on streaming platforms. But I prefer you go over to Spreaker or make sure you like and follow us on iHeartRadio at the Think and Reflect podcast show with your boy Ricky D. Shot fired. I know what I was at. You gotta be ready because they out here. Hey, that was a classic. I seen somebody posted a video on I think it was Instagram and it was Super Mario Brothers and they was like in the post was talking about my first um my first form of anxiety and they was showing like at the end, if you know Mario Brothers, the old one, it used to be trying to get through all them fire lines and stuff, man. That was anxiety right there. Yeah. But again, don't forget to when you after you get finished downloading the Spreaker app so you can get the notifications. Or just go back because we about to take a break. Go take a peek and listen to some old episodes. You got to listen to the older episodes. You got to become a supporter. It's a small fee, monthly fee you have to pay, and you can listen to some older episodes. We got like a good 70, 80 shows, and I feel like I done came a long way. But the media is something I wanted to do. When I went away the last time I got caught up, I was in broadcast school. They call it media now though. So, and I used to be on them though, but they was marching. I just was. That's that halfway crook lifestyle. Halfway crooking ain't gonna get you nowhere. And I pray you don't want to be a crook. I'm just saying. Because I think it's different. I always tell people it's a difference between committing a crime and being a crook. Because a crook is just who that they ain't trying to be bad. They just them new little shits they call the demons and shit like and the devils. Them motherfuckers is excuse me, but them crooks. Like they just always plotting on how to get over on somebody, even if you know what I'm saying. Um, the goddamn manipulators and just always plotting, man. Them crooks, hey man, you gotta have, like I say in the beginning, man, come outside with some type of respect or some type of empathy, man. I promise you, you know what I'm saying. You might even have moments where you get upset, but if you think like that first, you'll get over you'll get over it sooner than later. So try it, man. Just try it. But don't forget to go grab you a bag of that brewed Euphoria coffee, gourmet coffee, that is. Dark French roast, bitter root. We got some more flavors coming. And of course, don't forget to shop Bavaria's clothing collection. Always. I'm going to leave that link in the bio, in the description, so you can visit the website, grab you some coffee while you putting on that fresh Bavaria's, listening to some good Think and Reflect podcast show with your boy. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Hey, you gotta make something shake, but in the meanwhile, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Cause it all adds up. It's really just making life be able to be simple, man. And you can make you when you trying to make it simple, like the instead of just it's different forms of simple. Cause you could just be simple and go to work, but just being around different networking events and hearing different people talk and they telling you different situations to make you think about stuff you probably wouldn't think about. Like, hey man, you might be working for a company and they might be a payroll away from having to lay people off. That's why people get laid off because, or like now look how the people getting, because man, it's deep, but content is content and it's always there to be used. So that's just one form. You can always refurbish it or whatever. But don't forget to go get you a bag of that Brew Euphoria. And we got them windbreakers in multiple colors on the website, Bavaria's Clothing Collection. Go shop Bavaria's Clothing Collection. A consistent show of dash and spirit, bravery. To rule a kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Meaning this right here. But yeah, man, this the little thing. I'm this where I'm about to fall off into. It'll probably be weekly too, and I might have a special, a little It, I'm trying to word it right, but yeah, it's Sports Corner from the 216. But right now, we about to just do the Sports Corner for y'all, and of course, with the draft coming up, everybody just talking. So and they got all these, like, man, this is the weirdest pre-draft. Maybe because the Browns haven't had a first round pick in 3 years, so we ain't really been part of the conversation when it comes to the draft. Like our first, like one the other year, the first pick was the third round, and then our GM, he ain't he might grab something here and there, but at the same time, you got to let people grow. So yeah, the draft coming up, and if you didn't, you probably wouldn't think I was a Browns fan looking at my, but I always got to remind y'all, I am a Browns fan. I'm that ain't got nothing in the way it do, but it don't. And I told you a million times. It's like I always like I that's something I gotta fix in myself. Like, but I like to for people to understand. But they say your point of view sometimes can cause problems. But yeah, them Browns, they got the second pick. They basically saying Tennessee gonna take the Cam Ward, or that somebody trade for him. But I'm just, man, Browns. Whichever quarterback is available, if Shador go first, I prefer Shador though. And they trying to throw all these other running backs in there from but all these other quarterbacks. But I'm thinking running backs because I was watching videos on the running backs. Because Sports Corner from the 216 is on the way. I ain't gave it. I don't know what day it's gonna be done, but I gotta make sure it worked with my compadre. But yeah, the Browns, they got like six picks in the top 100 or something, 100, but they got some good picks that they can build off of. I feel like just go get Shador, because Shador, I never really thought about this part. I just like his game. I feel like he Deion's son, so they try to say he ain't athletic. Man, he got some athletic. He where he at because of some type of athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that far. Yeah, your father was part of the train. He was the caboose, what they call it, the front part of the train. But anyhow, the guy still been, he playing with the other athletes. I don't care who, but he's playing with the other athletes. Like, people make so much trash into, like, stuff in the trash, just trying to make headlines or clickbait or what they call it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Integrity. But yeah, the Browns got the second pick, man. I just want the quarterback. Probably get a running back, because Chubb, they need to go on and get Chubb a couple. I said 2 years, $7 million, $4 million guaranteed, the rest in bonus. like 3.5 in guaranteed money, for the 2 years, and but he can make up to 7 million 2 years. I think that's a decent contract for his situation. Plus, he just made some money. But it's a few nice young backs, but the way they've been blowing up the running backs and stuff, man, it ain't really all that caked up to be what they trying to make it out to be. Yeah, it ain't all that caked up. Like it's some nice backs. I like the Caleb dude. He a big back, but the best back. I think he even better than the Genty dude because Genty is a little dude, man. I didn't know he was that little. He 5'9", but he like 215, but he's short. Like he just look. I don't know, man. And the field dudes, maybe the shortness might help him too, though. But this is man. Now the one guy, Hampton, Omarion Hampton from North Carolina, he a bruiser. Like he coming at you. He elusive enough. He got nice little speed. He ain't got no jets. But the rest of them running backs, man, they cool. They ain't all hyped up. Like it all depends on what team they go to because they kind of got them overhyped a little bit. Yeah, man. Because I was just reading something. I don't know if that's. Let me see. Yeah, because you can live chat on Facebook if you're over on Facebook watching. But yeah, man. In other news, John Morant, because it was talking about somebody had it was something halfway. But anyway, John Morant, they on him because he done got in trouble for the guns or whatever. He pointing the fingers like he got pistols. John Morant, man, the boy be balling though. I ain't know he was gonna be the monster that he is in the NBA, but he a monster. But yeah, they on him about that, man. So hopefully that get handled and you know it, hopefully it work itself out, man. Because you don't be wanting to see people like lose. Like he just beginning, he loaded, but man, at the same time, you want to keep that going because that's generational. You already created, but why not make it even better for the one? Because I think he got kids too. But don't forget, man, go like on. I think we only got the Instagram at the moment, but search Sports Corner from the 216. You can go like and follow on Instagram at Sports C216 Podcast. Sports Corner from the 216. Cause I love them sports, man. I could talk sports all day. I could talk this all day too, though. But some people shy away from the truth. Hey, I'm still trying to learn the truth too, though. But from what I do know, I'm gonna try to incorporate it into my life because you only can talk about what you know. Oh, and before I leave this sports corner and give y'all the holiday of the day, we gonna make liberation. We gonna no that's April 2nd. There ain't no other way around it. But them Cavs, man. I ain't trying to be a homer or nothing, man. But the Cavs is balling, man. Hey, I was gonna watch the game. It was like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They was down. I'm like, man. So I'm like, I hadn't even turned it on. So I'm like, fuck it. I just checked the score, man. Then I got to doing taking some notes and everything last night. Hey, if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, I did that post last night. I went to sleep about 3 and got my ass right back up. It was 4:30 to be honest. I slept for like an hour and a half. It felt like I was asleep though, but it was a commitment I had made for my daughter, so I jumped up. But yeah, man, holidays of the day. The actual holiday, there's a few of them though, but I thought y'all probably like today is April 3rd, so always remember on April 3rd, one of the holidays of the day is Weed Out Hate Day. Y'all already knew. Hey, y'all knew I was gonna cover what. Let me tell y'all what Weed Out the Hate Day is. It been around. I think it been around since like 2007. Weed Out Hate Day is held on April 3rd each year. It's a day that speaks of the importance of being kind and thoughtful towards others. Like I was saying, man, come outside with a little empathy, a little respect, you know what I'm saying? And the world will be a better place. Hey, I ain't nobody telling you not to make no money. Just make it with some integrity behind it. But anyhow, this holiday is much needed in today's world where selfishness reigns supreme. Look, hey man, stuff just be flowing. Mark Daniels came up with the holiday in honor of his grandfather Raj Daniels, the inventor of the Roots Root Feeder. This revolutionary irrigation tool allowed nutrients to get to the deepest roots of trees and other plants, thus helping them achieve peak health and have a more bountiful harvest. The main goal of Weed Out Hate Day is to connect gardeners and kindergarten kids with the natural world and around them. Yeah, because I used to love get that was something we used they that's the they we used to get they used to sell the plants. I wonder do they still do that? Man, I remember you used to be able to buy the plants from school and stuff when I was a kid. Damn. Weed Out Hate Day removes the roadblocks that prevent children from achieving their full potential. Those who participate in the ceremony learn to kick out any negative influences in their lives and bring in more positive aspects. It started and it was actually established in August 2010 on August 28th. I like this little holiday though. So okay, so then we got American Circus Day. Who ain't never used to like going to the circus? The Ringling Brothers or the what's the Universal Circus? The they was in town a little while ago. The Universal Circus. It's also before we go Independent Artist Day. I had to put that one up there because independent contracting, independently working, independently growing, independently trying to just achieve, but you got to be able to network and build it in. But yeah, them the holidays of the day though, man. But before I get off into, cause I always like during the show I be kind of so when it's time for the think and reflect for the segment, I kind of been talked about it without talking about it. But don't forget to grab some of that Bavarians, man, and tune and download that station head so you can get the TNR radio. But you gotta be subscribed to Apple or Spotify, preferably Apple. I'm more of an Apple type of person, so hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I thought everybody had. Yup. But the importance, man, of networking, building a professional relationships in life. I'ma go on and just man, just start networking, man. I'm gonna make this simple, man. Just get out, meet you some people, like whether think of some ideas, some things you want to try to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I like just growing up, being in trouble. Like I always built like some of my best, uh, what you would call some of my favorite people in life, man. I met in the walls. You know what I'm saying? Based off of the networking part of it, the aspect, the fact that it was more done for the sake of, damn, we on the same, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we doing this, but man, I really be wanting, this where I'm looking for, this where I'm headed at. They got webinars, they got, they used to be big on the seminars. I think the seminars starting to come back, but the webinars, sign up for some stuff. It ain't simple, especially if you already done created like, you know, responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. It's hard because you gotta schedule. So that's where the schedules come in. Like, but it's a good experiences, man. It's good to know like you could turn to somebody that might know something you don't know. But the technology is right there in your hand. But to hear it from somebody like where you can sit down and y'all like human to human, you know what I'm saying? That's what we losing, that human connection in the world. Sports, sports is people that I'm always in the sports. So sports is one of my biggest networking, but being able to build relationships that, like even the people like out in the criminal world or whatever, them was, but it's like, man, I guess I'm just at a point in life where it's like, look, man, I think this is, it's worth more than to put time in doing this than to think that it'd be cool in the moment, but it corrupts your thinking, man, and then you start losing reality, the actual reality. So, man, get out there, build you some connects. Cause I remember when I went to broadcasting school, they was like, "What you here for?" I'm like, "Man, networking, connect, connection." Hey, I wanted to learn the skill set too, but I'm like, hey, I want to know like this broadcasting. I'm marketing and media, so hey, why not? So that was another situation where networking played a part. Like I say, seminars, like even when you just bumping into people at restaurants or wherever, like sometimes it might seem like you dipping in people conversations, but man, that conversation probably was meant for you to hear, so you could build that connection and learn, you know what I'm saying? Because we'll miss out on a lot being shy. For real. Like I tell like I ain't never really been the cat that was afraid of rejection. I think that's what helped me a little bit. But it's also like a curse too, cause like like I always say, everything, man, is pros and cons to everything. So yeah, man, got to build them networks, man. Like if you don't know, like, cause you ever heard like just before I go, man, you know the saying, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. You get what I'm saying? Like you might have the skills, but if you don't know the right people, them skills can become worthless. But today's technology creates opportunities though. You know what I'm saying? To where you can build your portfolio or whatever to be able to put in front of the people, you know, that you think need to see it rather. Like with me doing this, like I always say, I enjoy doing it. Like it's fun, it's exciting. I don't even want to use the word fun, but like the views get big and it become like, hey, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, it's something that I'm willing to do and I enjoy doing it You get? So, but to even be where I'm at right now is really because of people I done met, my, networking, the relationships the person then built, going to them webinars and them seminars or even watching the videos, like people be having their master classes or whatever. So yeah, man, don't oh yeah. You better know that trivia before I get ready to go, man. Sonic, did you know Sonic the Hedgehog has a real name? His name is Ogie Live, Ogie Live Movivis High Hedgehog. He got a real name. See, Sonic been around for a minute because I was playing Sonic on Genesis when I was a kid. And don't forget, all of this is powered and presented by Deshawn's Marketing. Communication is key, where we brand build and grind to help you and your company shine. Brand build, grind. We brand build and grind to help you and your. I said it right, but yeah, we got ad placement, man, on most streaming sites. Um, your favorites: Tubu, Pluto, Tubi, Pluto, Prime, Paramount. We can help you out, get your business placed in front of the right people. So yeah, with that, we out. I'm out, y'all. Catch y'all after Father's Day. But don't forget, Sports Corner from the 216 at Sports C216 podcast on Instagram so you can get updates. We're going in on the sports. I got something on my sleeve for y'all.